The New York Times headline was false, a very poor headline. The article itself was not bad. I do want to correct what Tyler just said. I have never blasted the Trump administration or even criticized them. Indeed, I think he's done a wonderful job to assure low-cost electricity in America and to shore up the reliability of the electric power grid. Today, Angela Merkel announced that Germany is no longer going to close any more coal-fired plants. They need them. You have a power blackout right now in Las Vegas. It is true that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission failed to enact the immediate reforms necessary to ensure the reliability, resiliency, and the security of the grid, but they were directed to do so by Secretary Perry, and that is the Trump administration. He has been very supportive of coal. A lot of it was low-hanging fruit in overturning these regulations, Contessa, because many of the Obama regulations were illegal, so they were very easy to overturn by executive order.
The New York Times got its hands on a letter that you had sent to the administration with sort of a wish list, a to-do list that would be important for the coal industry. And when you're looking through that, rolling back regulations, that got done. Overhauling who sits on the FERC commission, on the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, that got done. 4 of those commissioners were Trump appointees. Unanimously, this commission voted against what would effectively subsidize coal and nuclear power. How does that sit with you?
That does not sit with me well. You see, windmills and solar panels are subsidized by the taxpayer, 30% production tax credit, and electricity from a windmill and a solar panel costs 26 cents a kilowatt hour. My coal-fired electricity costs 4 cents a kilowatt hour, and America needs it. There is bias among the 2 Democrats, Glick and LaFleur, on the FERC. They are obviously never going to support coal or nuclear power. The other 2 employees against the chairman himself, McIntyre, and particularly Rob Paulson, are wrong in their decision, and it needs to be overturned.
One of these commissioners, in fact, noted, Mr. Murray, that there's a contradiction here in subsidizing coal plants that contribute to climate change, which then in turn caused the severe weather that the energy secretary was talking about when he questioned the resiliency of the grid.
I think he is wrong in his statement. I know he's wrong. There is no ask here for a subsidy for coal. It's to pay the coal-fired generators and the nuclear electricity generators for having the capacity in the grid to keep the lights on. You see, Contessa, we can't store wind at a power plant. We can't store sunshine. We can't even store natural gas. But the loads on those power plants go up and down daily and over the seasons. We need something there to keep the power grid reliable and to keep the lights on. During this bomb cyclone last week, gas prices went up 60 times.
But most of the utility providers have contracts, long-term contracts with natural gas. So that didn't affect what consumers are paying.
That's not true. What happened is the gas companies couldn't deliver 37,000 megawatts of gas to the power plants to generate the electricity because the gas lines were froze up and because priority for home heating, so the gas wasn't there. So there is a huge problem in the grid. I'm an American first, and I know that that couple on fixed income and that single mom and that manufacturer of a product in America must have reliable, low-cost electricity. I have studied the issue for 60 years, and I know there is a reliability problem. Secretary Perry was right. Donald Trump has been right on every occasion relative to the electric power grid and to my coal miners.
Where do you see, Mr. Murray, the percentage of power generation from coal in the United States in 20 years, and where would you like to see it? What do you think will happen, and what do you think ought to be the relative?
I think that's an excellent question. I sat down the first year of the Obama administration, sir, and we calculated what we thought the coal industry would go to. At that time, we produced 52% of the electricity in America. And we calculated that it would go down to 30%. And that was 8 years ago we made that calculation. Sir, that is where it is right now. Already with his overturning of the Clean Power Plan, President Trump has saved 25,000 coal mining jobs because we calculated it would have gone on down to 18% of the power generation. Mr. Obama closed 411 coal-fired plants. The Clean Power Plan would have closed 56 more, taking it on down to 18. So those are 25 jobs we calculated that he's already saved in the coal industry. Plus, there are about 5,000 more jobs than when he took office.
Right.
So these are good things. That was an excellent question.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.